I am Maria Garcia de Fleury. On All Saints' Day, we can ask ourselves, how many of us can truly identify with them? There are famous saints like the cheerful Saint Francis of Assisi, the gentle Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus, the strong and sensible Saint Teresa of Avila, the computer programmer devoted to the Eucharist Carlo Acutis. We have all the holy martyrs, those men and women who are firm and brave witnesses of the faith, some of whom suffered horribly for defending their faith in God despite torture, or who are and have been in long and lonely prisons for defending the truth of Christ. On the other hand, we have those saints who will never be honored by the church with miracles and a party. There are those saints with a small s. They are the millions of anonymous and unknown people who have found God in their lives, have been faithful to Him, have loved Him with all their mind, soul, and heart in the simplicity of their life. If you really want to be a saint, here we list 7 characteristics of saints that can inspire you. All saints are filled with the love of God. They have chosen God above all others and have made a definite commitment to God. All saints love other human beings. It can't be another way. The first letter of John in chapter 4, we read, "If anyone says, 'I love God,' but hates his brother, he's a liar. Because he who does not love a brother whom he has seen cannot love God who he has not seen." All saints take risks. When God called, they respond, even though they did not understand the great changes that awaited them in their lives. But they took on the watering and they took on the risk for the love of God. Saints are humble people. They showed their humility by perfectly using all the gifts they had, but never attributing them to themselves. Saints are people of prayer. Saints are not perfect. They had defects and human faults. They made mistakes. Even at the end of their lives, they still found the way themselves and needed contrition, forgiveness, and reconciliation. For example, when St. Francis of Assisi heard the voice telling him to rebuild the church, he thought it was referring to the local church building. It's interesting to know that Jesus did not clarify the request until after he had invested much sweat and energy in repairing an old church. Saints are people of their time. St. Teresa of Calcutta said, "Holiness is not the luxury of a few people, but a simple duty for you and me." We are all called to holiness, to closeness with God. That is why Christ gives us the sacraments, especially the Eucharist and the sacrament of penance, to help us in our daily struggles on the path to holiness, which is a long and difficult journey. In his encyclical Saved by Hope, Pope Benedict XVI wrote, "Life is a journey on the sea of history, often dark and stormy, a journey in which we search for the stars that indicate the way. The true stars of our lives are the people who have lived a good life. They are lights of hope because they point to Jesus Christ, who is the true light, the sun that has risen over all the shadows of history. And that is why, with God, we always win."